In this video, I'm going to be explaining the entire Fortnite storyline for Season 10. Obviously, the new Fortnite season has recently came out, and with it came a lot of brand new map changes and a lot of important events that are happening with the storyline for Fortnite. And in this video, I'm going to show you guys exactly what is going on, exactly what's happening. I'm going to be talking about the rocket launch, the meteor on the map, the visitor being back on the map, returning, all new map locations coming back, and more. There's a lot of stuff I want to talk about with you guys here in this video, and you guys definitely do not want to miss any of it, so make sure to watch this video until the end to see everything you need to know regarding the entire Season 10 Fortnite story. I can't wait to get into this, guys. There's a lot of good stuff here, and I definitely think you guys will want to listen up and hear all of this. Make sure to drop a like on this video right now in the next 5 seconds, because this is a trend for some reason, and I need your likes, so go down and leave a like. Let me know in the comments down below right now, what are your guys' thoughts on the brand new Bronto and Crystal skins that were in the item shop today. Pretty goofy skins, I'm not gonna lie. I was about to buy the dinosaur one, the Bronto, but let me know your opinions on these new skins in the comments down below. I'm also hosting a free Season 10 Battle Pass giveaway. If you guys want to enter that, there's going to be a link to it in the description and also in the pinned comment down below. So good luck to everyone that enters. Hopefully you guys do end up winning. And one last thing, make sure to use code heyitsbenjay in the item shop when you are buying anything in there. You guys using my code does help fund more giveaways in the future for V-Bucks, Battle Passes, and more, so thank you guys for using my code in the item shop. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into the Season 10 storyline, guys. There's a ton of insane news I want to go over here in this video, so I say we just get right into it, shall we? So first, I'm going to be going over this minor map change that's been happening with Dusty Depot. Now, it may seem like a small little change to the map, however, this could actually mean something very, very big, so definitely make sure to keep watching and see this. A telescope has appeared on the roof of Dusty Depot in Fortnite Battle Royale, and it appears to be looking at the meteor. At the start of Season X, there were many minor map changes that have been made and could be overlooked if not searched properly. There have been many references made to past POIs that could be making a return soon, such as Lazy Links, Moisty Mire, and more. One of the major POIs that was affected by the meteor, Dusty Depot, has now been restored, but slightly different to how it was originally, and there are also rift-like particles floating around inside the buildings. Here are the rift particles the article was talking about here. Now, whenever we see any of these rift particles floating around a particular part of the map, we know for a fact that it's going to change somehow. I mean, as we know, the rifts are known for like teleporting things from like one dimension to another. So the fact that there's like these particles floating in Dusty Depot means that it's going to be receiving a big change soon, which I'm actually about to get into right now. If you guys keep watching, I'm going to go on here. Today, a new telescope has been added to the roof of the gray building at Dusty Depot, the furthest one from the meteor, and it is directed at the meteor, as can be seen below. So as you can see in this image right here, there's a telescope with a chair and also a little cooler right there, just staring right at this floating meteor. Now this means that someone is studying this meteor, right? I mean, why else would they have a telescope out there? They're definitely looking at the meteor, they're definitely seeing what's good, they're seeing what's up, seeing, you know, what the meteor is gonna do. Also, if you go inside the gray building at Dusty Depot, you will see a little research area has been added, so they can study the meteor, but it is unclear what they will be doing with their findings at this point. So also in the gray building at Dusty Depot, they also added a little research center right here, which as you can see, there's like a little desk there with a lamp, there's a big old board right there, there's a computer, there's also a little sample of some rock there on the right as well. So it's clear that they're like trying to do some research on this meteor, and they're trying to see, you know, what's good with it, see like what it's going to be doing, see what it's made out of, all of that kind of stuff. And all of their findings they find from the meteor is going to be playing a big role for the rest of Season 10, because who knows what they're going to be doing with this information. Now I'm assuming that the government, the Fortnite government, is studying this this meteor. That's been the theory this whole time, that the Fortnite government's behind all of these changes and like that they're behind all of this stuff. So it would make sense that they would be the ones that are studying the meteor actually, but that's not 100% confirmed, that's just a theory. But it is clear as day that they are studying this meteor, and it is very clear that this meteor has a big role in the Season 10 storyline. The article finishes up saying, this isn't the first time we have seen telescopes added to the map in Fortnite, and will likely not be the last. maps. What do you think will happen with the meteor? Will they find a way to get rid of it, or will they cause more harm? Let us know what you think will happen with the meteor in the comments down below. Go ahead and do that right now, actually. Go in the comments, let me know. So the whole premise of season 10 is basically surrounded by this meteor, right? This big meteor is going to play a huge role in what is happening. Now, whoever is studying this meteor, whether it's some individual person or maybe it's the Fortnite government, who knows? Whatever they're doing with their findings can either bring more harm to the map and more changes, or they could do good with it, or they could just try to get rid of the meteor. Regardless, we know this meteor is a big part of season 10. What's also interesting about the meteor is that inside of the meteor, as you know, you can land on it now, like it's an actual location, but if you go inside the meteor, you can actually see the visitor's pod. Now, if you guys don't know who the visitor is, that was actually the secret skin in season 4, and he played a big role in like the whole rocket event going off and all that kind of stuff. He's kind of like the stepping stone for the rest of the Fortnite storyline starting from like season 4. So the visitor also plays a huge role in the storyline and also in season 10 as well, because as you can see, the visitor's pod is actually open, which means that he is on the map somewhere right now. So who knows, maybe the visitor is actually the one that is studying this meteor and seeing like how it is, like what it's made of, and maybe he's the one behind, you know, what the meteor is going to do for the rest of season 10, whether it's going to destroy more parts of the map, or maybe it destroys a different part of the map rather than Dusty Depot this time. What I'm assuming is going to happen though is that there's going to be the return of a lot of OG locations or old locations that have been removed from the past. There have been plenty, and I mean plenty, of hints about old locations returning, such as Flush Factory, Risky Reels, Lazy Links, Moisty Mire, and more. So if you guys keep watching, I'm going to show you guys how all of these locations are going to be returning and how they play a role in the storyline for season 10. So the first point of interest that is going to be returning, or that we got a hint of returning, is Flush Factory. Now, as you can see in the snow biome right here, there's like this random castle with like some pipings coming out of it, but the main thing obviously is that giant toilet that was in front of Flush Factory before it got destroyed. And then there's also a normal sized toilet right there in front of the door, so that's obviously hinting at Flush Factory returning later this season. On top of that, we also have some hints at Risky Reels returning. As you can see right here, this is in like the jungle biome. You can see the drive-in theater sign right there that was in Risky Reels before it got slammed, and there's also like a little movie screening with like a few chairs and a chest spawn there as well, so that's clearly hinting at Risky Reels returning. There are two hints at Moisty Mire returning, which is pretty interesting. The first one is the Paradise sign. As you can see, it says now entering Paradise. However, the theme of it is clearly relating to Moisty Mire. I mean, you have one of the trees from Moisty Mire. The color of the font is like green and dark, and like it's obviously relating to Moisty, because that was kind of the atmosphere that Moisty provided. You know, it was like a dark, swampy area. Also, there's like this little tower as well with some trees that would come from Moisty Mire, so that's also another pretty obvious hint of the return of Moisty Mire in the game. And also, we have yet another hint of another location coming back, Lazy Links. As you can see right here, there's a little shed here in the jungle biome with the country club sign right there. As you can see, it's just tilted on the roof. And if you guys played while Lazy Links was in the game, you guys know that this was the sign that was in front of the country club location, which was kind of like the main spot to land if you did go to Lazy Links. I mean, obviously it was just a giant golf course with one building, but we know that that sign is clearly relating to Lazy Links returning. So guys, with all of these old points of interest returning, I believe the visitor is behind all of this, right? If you go to all of these different locations, there's like all of these different rift particles floating around there, which is hinting at something happening there, right? I mean, whenever there's like rift particles, you know there's gonna be something big. I mean, there are rift particles at Neo Tilted, and that is actually coming back soon. That's gonna be returning to Tilted Towers, or it's actually gonna be called Tilted Town now. So we already know that Tilted Towers is technically returning, and we also have hints of all of these other points of interest returning. So over the course of season 10, the visitor is most likely behind all of this. He's using like his powers and his knowledge of rifts to bring back all of these old locations. And towards the end of season 10, we're going to be seeing all of these old locations returning. I mean, obviously we have Tilted Towers back. We're going to be seeing Flush Factory back, Risky Reels, Moisty Mire, and more. And overall, I'm very excited to see where season 10 takes us. There's a lot of interesting stuff that was added to the map. I mean, at first I thought only Dusty Depot and factories returning. I thought that was the only like main map change. However, we received so many small map changes that actually mean a lot. So definitely expect a lot more map changes to come very soon for season 10. Expect more events coming from the meteor as well. Apparently the meteor is going to start moving soon according to leaks, like it's going to be moving locations. So who knows, it might be similar to like the floating island event that happened during season 6 with the cube. That would be pretty interesting to see the meteor start moving. We might also see the return of the robot that obviously played a big role in season 9 towards the end there when he fought off the polar peak monster, and that fight ended off by him just floating right up to the sky, or flying away, I mean. So it is a good possibility that the robot could definitely be returning at a later date, because it didn't get destroyed or anything. We know that it's still intact, it's still built, you know, it could come back at any time. There's also theories about the orb and what that has to do on the map. A lot of people are saying that the orb is like at the center of all like these map locations too, and all of them coming back. Overall, there's just a ton of stuff season 10 has to offer, and I can't wait to see what season 10 does to the map and also for the storyline as well. It's gonna be exciting. I can't wait to play the rest of season 10. And yeah, that's been it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.